let's start the webinar. Yeah, so we'll be talking about the EVMS Pro EV Charger because we had been talking to our clients and get the information like what they wanted to know, or if we can discuss more about the products. So today we'll be talking about EVMS Pro, mainly on the installation. I hope that you get a lot of information today. Yeah, and this webinar will be like for 1 hour. We will basically like run it for 1 hour, and let us know if you have any questions. I will check the chat tabs. If you have any question, just leave it on the chat. I will check it. So let's start then. I think like most of you already have some information about our EVMS Pro. Just let me recap some of the information in case some of you might have like just joined for the first time. So this is our EVMS Pro, and the power, it goes from 80 kilowatt to 480 kilowatt. So another information that this charger, it has 2 cabinets. We'll be looking at the dimension in the next page. So from 80 kilowatt to 240 kilowatt, it's 1 cabinet, and from 240 plus till 480 kilowatt, it's another dimension. The picture we are looking at it now, the ratios of everything, it's the standard cabinets for 80 to 240 kilowatt. And we have big touchscreen now. You can either go with 21 inch or 34 inch or 43 inch. And this is the overall efficiency of the charger, 97%. And we also added this cashless payment terminal. So you can just skip those CPP or other like a lot of complicated authentication. Just touch your credit card or debit card and it starts charging. Yeah. Let's look at some of the dimensions. Yeah, I was talking about the dimensions before. So this is the dimensions, less than 1 meter over here. And if we look at the difference between the 2 different dimensions, as you can see, from 80 kilowatt to 240 kilowatt, this is the dimension. And this is like 85 centimeter to 80 centimeter and 2.2 meter on the height. It's included the cable management system. So as you know that in EVMS Pro, our new charger, we have added a newly designed cable management system. So it takes all the weight for you and moves along with you, and covers a lot of different area, that very flexible, that if the cars are parked in different positions, you can cover them all. And the only difference between these 2 different dimensions, it will be in, as you can see, the width will be changing as from 800 to 1150 millimeter. Yeah, so all the things remain same, but we will see more informations about the charger in the next pages. Yeah. Okay. The input voltages, it will be like 380 volt to 410 volt. As you can see, the ranges over here, but that's the standard one, 380 voltage. The input frequency, yeah, nothing to describe a lot about it. It's a standard one. And let's look at the more specs here. So this is very important. And I mean, if you are looking to use the charger in different regions, let's say what we see in Europe is always the CCS2. That means we will have all this IEC and ISO and DIN. So you can completely skip the SHADEMO and GBT if you are looking to install it in Europe. But what we see in the South America or in Asia, that it's a little bit mixed. So you might be looking at the CCS2. I mean, that's included the ISO and DIN. So basically, this ISO and DIN is the protocol of communication coming from the car. So if you are deciding which communication to go with, it will be always better to look at your electric car market. If they are CCS2, so they are basically will be equipped with ISO and DIN. But if it's a Japanese-made car, yeah, you have to look into the shadow mode. And if it's a Chinese-made car, that's its GBT. But there is another catch that, let's say BYD and other Chinese car manufacturer, when you buy it in China, it will be equipped with GBT. But we see that those cars, when they export to different market, they adapt the local market. Let's say the BYD Dolphin, that car, if you buy it in China, it will be with GBT. But if it goes to Europe, then it will be equipped with ISO and DIN. So yeah. The connectors, different connector options. As you can see, we can go from 200 ampere to 380 ampere. But if you ask me like, okay, now it's 2026 is coming. So what will be the better cable specifications? Like which amp should I go for? The bigger is the better, because the cars, they are getting more and more bigger batteries, and they also need more charging speed. So when we have a higher ampere, then we can have more charging speed. So yeah, 300 amps will be the ideal one. Of course, you cannot go wrong with the 250 ampere as well. And but if you need more, if you need 500 ampere, of course, then we have to move to the liquid cooling, and it is possible to have a liquid cooling solution into our EVMS Pro. The standard cable is 5 meter, but we can go 7.5 meter as well. So it's depending on your charging area. If you need a longer cable, yeah, we can give you more like longer cable than 5 meter. The authentications, another very important aspect. This authentication, it defines how the user will start charging. You can use the RFID, or you can use the application, which is OCPP based. You can use a QR code, and now we have the contactless payment terminal. Then, yeah, we have an auto charge functionality, which is a little bit different than plug and charge. Plug and charge is a more detailed ecosystem, and we are working on it to implement the plug and charge. I think Europe will first implement this plug and charge next year. I think already a lot of cars supports this plug and charge. So for plug and charge, not only you need a car which supports plug and charge, you need a EVCHARGER which supports plug and charge. Also the OCPP backend, it also has to support the plug and charge. So it's basically the charger, car, and the backend system all together supported. Then you have the complete plug and charge. But for auto charge, what we are doing now, we just read the VIN, the vehicle identification number from the car, and then register the number to the backend system. And then when the user plugs the gun, that's it. It will start automatically. So you don't need to use the RFID, or no need to use the app or something like that. It's just plug, and then that's it. Now we have the cable management system, and also it comes with very nice LED lights. So you can see the status of the charger, if it's occupied, or if it's free, or if it has any fault. So, and also at night, the driver can detect the charger from a certain distance. Yeah, so it will be, he will be aware about, okay, so there is an EV charger, so I can go and charge that. Yeah. And the GUI, we have more than 32 different languages, as we sell the chargers in all over the world. So the number is increasing every day. So yeah, if you are looking to add your local language, yes, it's okay. We can just implement the local language, so it doesn't have to be English all the time. All right. It supports 1.6 JSON, and the hardware already supports the 2.0.1. So that's another question we always get, that, okay, now I use 1.6, but I am planning to have 2.0.1 very soon. Yeah, So the hardware is already integrated for 2.0.1. It's just we will release the firmware, and one software upgrade, that's it. You can have the 2.0.1. And also, I know that like 40% of our clients, more and more clients now, they are, I don't know, like maybe they wanted to have more their own system. So yeah, sadly, some of the users they are like teaching the OCPP. So yeah, we have seen this number is increasing now. More and more of our clients they are like using the Modbus to control the charger rather than the OCPP, because we hear the feedback that um, when you use the OCPP, you are like bind to them. So if you want to have more freedom, yeah, it's a nice idea to look at the Modbus communication, so you can make your own system. And the charger supports the Modbus and the RS485 and also the serial RS232, so you can control a lot of functions using Modbus. And if we look at the internet connectivity, we have Wi-Fi. You can use the Wi-Fi to give internet to the charger, and 4G SIM card. Hopefully next year we will be moving into the 5G modem, but it's just one change in the hardware. That's it. But right now, no 5G supported. It's the 4G. Yeah, and also you can always use the Ethernet, the LAN cable. And for the maintenance system, the charger comes with the SCU cloud platform. We call it like remote management system. We'll be looking at it in these presentations. Yeah. Yeah, some of the other environmental specifications, this IP55 and temperatures, operating temperature, storage temperature. Yeah, that's all. So, yeah. So these are some of the additional informations we would like to discuss today. This is how it looks like. As you can see, this is like the front view. If you look at it from the 30-degree angle, we have like different components over here. Big screen, the cable management systems, the cable holders, and the RFID. And this is the like the air inlet and air outlet over here. And these are the power modules. And it is very important that I mean, I put some informations for the installations here today, that it's very crucial to know how much the space the charger occupies in all the different angles, because like as you can see, we have two different doors, and you have to open the doors from time to time for the maintenance purpose, for the cleaning, preventive maintenance. Yeah, so we cannot deny the fact that we need to have enough space during installations of the charger. I mean, it should be done when you plan to execute the charging area with all the platforms, the cabling and everything beforehand. So yeah. So the front door, when you open the front door, like this is the front door, right? And this is the picture when we open the door. So we have some of the controllers, and the display will be mounted in this front door. And when we look at here, then we have the bus bar, the DC bus bar, and then we have some additional controller over here. And this area is like the input cables. You will connect the cables over here. Then you have a circuit breaker, some additional SPD, and other circuit breakers over here. Then this door here, we need to open this door when you receive the charger. The charger and sometime depending on the shipping terms and conditions, we might have to send the power modules in different box. So when you receive the chargers, you will receive the charger and you will receive another package of the power modules. So for installation, The process is very simple. Like you just make the platforms in before, and then put the cables, and then you just connect the cables, and then the second step is like you install the power modules. Depending on the kilowatt, each power module, we have 30 kilowatt, we have 40 kilowatt, but the standard solution is the 40 kilowatt. We're using 40 kilowatt more and more now. I think next year 30 kilowatt will be discontinued from the market. I mean, not for us. If you look at the market, a lot of other vendors, they are like now decided to use more 40 kilowatt. Yeah. So depending on the power, you will have some multiple numbers of power modules, and just install the power modules, connect the cables. It's all stated in the cable, so you cannot go wrong with putting like wrong cables in the wrong port. So it's just one AC cable and one DC cable. That's it, and the power module is online. All right. So yeah, that's two doors we have to open from time to time for the maintenance purpose. So it's let's have a look for the different dimensions, right? So this page gives us some information about all the different components installed in the charger. We have the power indicator, we have the touchscreen, the charging port, the swing arms, air inlet, outlet, controllers, DC meters. By the way, I'm sorry, I have a very bad cold. So yeah, my voice will sound creepy today. For the DC meters, it will be like transparent with the small panel of the glasses over here. So you can see the DC meters from outside. Yeah, so that's a little bit design improvements we have made, because like some law for which is coming in the market. I think it's already there. If we look at the calibration law from Germany, that the meters has to be MID certified. We have MID certified meter, and the meter has to be transparent. And I mean, without opening the door, you should see the meters. So there will be like DC meters, so the users can always see how much power they have consumed and how much power they were invoiced. So if there is any differences, they can know. Yeah. So that's for the transparency for the using the EV charger. All right. Look at the different dimensions over here. This is for the 240 kilowatt cabinet. As when we started the webinar, I already discussed about this EVMS Pro. It has like two different dimensions. From 80 to 40 kilowatts, it's one dimension, and from 240 kilowatt to 480 kilowatt, that's a different dimension. It's just the depth is increasing more, but the height and the width, it's all remain the same. So this is the very important dimension you have to know before you plan to make all this platform for the EV charger, because we have to put the relevant cables. So we have to know how many cables we need and what will be the specifications for the cables, and how the cables will go inside of the EV charger. So that's the hole, as you can see. So we need to have 5 cables, 3-phase ABC. We need to have a neutral connection and have the ground PE connection. So that's it, like 5 cables inside the charger. Then we connect it to the circuit breakers. That's all. So for depending on the different powers, as you can see that we have 2 different boxes here, which is like gives us the information about how many cables needed. As you can see, we need 5 cables over here, 3 plus 2, and this is the square meter of the cable. And then we have another box with the circuit breaker we use in different power. So for an example, in 80 kilowatt EV charger, then we need 5 pieces of the cables and 3 pieces which will be ABC. We need more thicker cable, 70 square meter. And for the ground and the neutral, we need 35 square meter. Yeah, so it's 3 plus 2. Of course, we can go more, but I think the cables are not cheap, right? Yeah, so it's good information to have so we can plan in advance. Also, another additional information that I would say some of our clients, they mentioned that they are just starting to invest in this business. So they will start with 3 EV chargers right now, and later on they might increase the power. So the plan is they would buy 240 kilowatt charger, but they will install less power modules. So let's say 240 kilowatt EV charger, but it will be 80 kilowatt inside. So 2 power modules. So in that case, you have to see like which one is your targeted power. If you are targeting to reach to 240 kilowatt within, let's say, some months or some period of times, then you have to target this area. So then you have to go for ABC, which is 120 square meter, and for the neutral and the ground, 70 square meter. So please be careful about this. Otherwise, we can have more power, but we don't have the right cables. So yeah, it will give us a lot of problems. So basically, we cannot reach. And again, doing a lot of. I know that it's a very basic thing, but we have seen one of our clients made this mistake in before. So just a kind reminder that be careful, or please pay attention to these different specifications of the EV charger will need. All right, so for if we look at 240 kilowatt, then yeah, we use 400 ampere of circuit breaker. As you can see, it increases, and we use 2 pieces of circuit breaker with 500 ampere in for 80 kilowatt EV charger. Yeah, so that was the information about the platform, how the cable will go inside of the EV charger, dimensions, and the different cable specifications needed for different power. All right. Just checking a minute. Can we integrate the new payment kiosk in old SCU chargers? Okay. Yeah, that's possible to use this. Let me show you if I have the picture. Yeah. So this kiosk, the payment terminal, it's from Nayax. Yeah. But we are looking into adding more different brands like the Paytar. I mean, the most of the payment terminal, they all support MDB. So we are now developing the MDB. So you can use any different brands. And for the old chargers, I mean, our old charger, which is EVMS Classic, it is possible to mount this payment terminal, but we need to upgrade the firmware first and have to find a way how we can mount it on the cabinet of the EV charger without damaging the IP protection of the EV charger. But it's possible. We already have done that. So yeah, the answer to your question is possible. Yeah. All right. Then moving into the next page. This is the as you look at the view of the EV charger, I think we already have seen this picture, but it's like a little bit detailed that these are the bus bars over here. Now we will see how we will install the cables to the EV charger, the AC cables, right? So Then we have the ABC copper bus bar for the in this area. Then we have the ground, as you can see over here, the second one. This is the ground. Then we have the neutral connected over here. So it's very simple, very easy. When it's already you have done all the platforms, and then you have left the required cables. This is the charger hole, and just push the ABC over here. And it's always recommended to use a torque tool to connect the cables over here. And then the ground and the neutral. Yeah, so it's very simple and very easy. Yeah. Then let's look at the different dimensions between the 240 kilowatt and 480 kilowatt. But now, as we have seen that we have a maintenance access doors, right? So the charger has two doors we need to open. So that's the front door and the right door. So right doors for the power module and front door to do a lot of maintenance on the EV charger or connecting the cables. So what if we have multiple numbers of EV chargers in one station? What should be the distance between them? So the distance between them should be more than 1.5 meter. So 1.5 meter is the bottom line. You must keep 1.5 meter distance between the chargers, because we need to open the power module, the door, then not only for the power module, also to doing the maintenance. You know, we have fans, and it has the filters inside. So we need to clean the filters. So we need to open the door. So this is the minimum space required if you have multiple numbers of EV chargers. As you can see over here, let's look at the 240 kilowatt EV charger. So this is the door, and it's like if we open it, it goes like maximum 92.07 degree. And this is the front, and these are the two other doors over here. And if we have to replace the display or replace the controller or something like that, then we have to open this door. And this is the dimension for the front door. Look how it is different between 240 kilowatt and 480 kilowatt EV charger. The cabinets are different. It's a little bit bigger. Yeah, so that's the minimum space required when you fully open the doors. It's like the 95 degree opened, and we access the power modules, install the power modules. So yeah, at least 1.5 meters space is required for multiple numbers of EV chargers. Yeah. Then, yeah, so another question we always get that for the safety distance, let's say we are installing the EV charger in a petrol station, right? Already established petrol station. So these numbers are basically based on the experiences. I mean, different region, different country has different regulations. So you should always check your country's regulation. What are the specifications to install a EV charger in petrol stations? So let's look at that. I mean, these numbers, again, repeating again, it's based on completely what we experienced, but it does not define the regulation of your country. So it's always better to check your local regulations. So from the underground fuel tanks, it needs at least 10.5 meter to 12.5 meter distance. So you have to install the EV chargers from a petrol tank, like from a fuel tank. It has to be 10.5 to 12.5 meter away from the fuel tanks. But if it's a diesel, then 9 meter is okay. So from the dispenser, from the vent or refueling equipment, the suggested distance is like at least 9 meters. But if it's a CNG station, then from the gas cylinders and vent pipes, it is recommended to install 18 meters away. From the compressors and filling equipment, it is recommended 13 meters. If we look at the LNG equipments, more distance is required. So from the LNG stations, at least we need to keep the distance between 20 meters to 25 meters. And from the vent pipes, LNG dispensers, or from the unloading points, it is recommended to have 20 meters distance. So these are all the safety distance to install EV charger into a petrol station. Again, please check with your local regulations, like there should be some specifications to install the EV charger in a petrol station. Yeah. Okay, now let's look at the UI. It is very simple. I mean, this EVMS Pro, if you have used our old chargers, you might know that in the charger, it's has a lot of functions. But in EVMS Pro, we have optimized a lot of complicated UI. We tried to make it as simple as possible. Another information for you here, it's like for our EVMS Pro, this is the standard UI designed by us. But if you require, or if you have your own UI, and it is possible to use your own UI in our charger. So in that case, let us know, and we will provide you the open API and the protocols, so you can implement, you can design your own UI and then customize as you want. But for the SCU UI, it's very simple. When you turn on the charger, it will be like this, and you have two different connectors. Let's assume that this charger has dual CCS2, and in that case, it's just very simple as it is. And when you click or like one of the connector over here, and it will give you the impression that it is selected already. As you can see, it will change the dimensions as well, and then you can just put a password, or you can scan the QR code from your applications, or you can touch the RFID. It's all the same. And when you like put the password over here, then it will start charging, and it will give you the SOC over here, and very three basic informations: the kilowatt hour, the how many power you have consumed, the charging duration, and the SOC. But if you need more information about, let's say, charging voltage, charging current, demand voltage, demand current, a lot of other information, if you need a detailed information, then you can always click on this tab over here, and then you will see all the informations over there. Very simple. Yeah, we put it very simple. And when you stop charging, then you will see the reason of the, like if it's full, or if it was stopped by the like the applications or something error from the EV. It will give you the code and give you a summary of the charging, the power consumption, the charging duration, and the last SOC. Yeah. Then you can press the back button, or it will also tell that the driver to put back the connector back to the EV charger. And if you don't do anything, like it has a timeout, within some seconds, it will go back to the home page. Yeah. And now if you need to go to the settings of the EV charger, right? So when you get the EV charger, first thing you will do, install them, the power modules and everything, the cables. And second is just one simple setting is you go to the settings, then you just go to the CSU, and then you will put your backend address. I will show you later in the page. So it's just you just scroll it down in this area. You will see the settings tab. Then you have to put the password, the admin password. Admin passwords are different, so check with our team for your password. And then when you have the admin password, you can access these different functions. I'm sorry. All right, now let's look at all the functions we have. Now you can see how simple it is compared to our EVMS Classic. Okay, I think I have some questions over here. Just a moment. Looking at the questions. Okay. How to add a payment terminal? It's quite simple. Like if you are buying the charger and you have defined that you need it in advance, so we will do all the work for you. But assume that you have a charger and it doesn't come with the payment terminal, and what are the procedure we want to add a payment terminal. So it's very easy. We will send you the payment terminal, and we need to upgrade the firmware and do some settings on the EV charger. That's it. It's online. And if you're using, let's say, NIAX, then you have to open an account in NIAX website. Yeah, that's it. That's registered as a new user, and then that's it. It's very simple. Like I think like within 1 hour, it's done. Yeah, and another thing is like how we mount the payment terminal into the EV charger. For the EVMS Pro, we have the solution that we send you a mounted one, but yes, of course, we need to make some drills on the front panel to install them connect them on the panel. Yeah, but it's quite easy. Yeah. Can we upload a RFID whitelist for standalone mode? Yes. Let's say that you have 50 users, you already know them, and that's it. That will be your targeted users. It's very good for truck or bus projects that you know that you truck's ID or you know the driver's RFID. So we can put them in the charger, and we have to turn on the local authentication. I mean, there is a function in the charger that you can turn on the authentication by charger itself. We call it local authentication, and then we put an Excel file, or we can push it from our remote management system. So we put all the RFID, let's say 50 RFID numbers into the charger, and that's it. Only those 50 RFID will be authenticated for charging. The other RFID outside of this whitelist, they will be rejected. Yes, so we can upload the RFID whitelist. Yeah. How do you lift the charger from the pallet? Is it possible to? Okay, so you have two questions. Okay, so we have the forklift pocket on the EV charger. So you can use forklift right now. And is it possible to dynamic power control with external power meter? If I understood you correctly, that means you want to control the charging power with the external power meter. Okay, so we see this case, it's called a local controller. So that means when you have a site, let's say with 1 megawatt, and you have, let's say, 5 different chargers, and your total capacity is 1 megawatt. And depending on the situation, you want to control the power it takes from the transformer, and it is controlled by the external power meter, which is connected to all the EV chargers and tells them to not overload the current limitation you have. So it is done by two. Okay. Okay. So let me finish this first. I have two more questions. Okay. So it is done by two ways. When we have OCPP, then OCPP can always control the powers of the EV charger, so it will not cross the limit or limitation you have from the grid. Another one is, as you said, there's the external power meter. If the power meter supports Modbus 485, then it is possible to follow what is like, or get the commands from the power meter. So you can control the powers of the EV chargers and send the maximum power by using the Modbus. One of our client is doing this way, yeah. So always like use the Modbus, no CPP at all, to control the powers. It's possible, yeah. Are there no hoisting eyes provided? Yeah, not yet. We are trying to optimize because we get some requirements that the client wants to use, not only the forking lift. They want to push it and using the hoist anchors. We are now checking if we can add this. I mean, the mechanical engineers, they are actually trying to add this anchor hoist right now. Yeah, I think it's possible to add 4 pivot points to the charger and makes our life more easier. Okay. Yeah, but the charger does not have the anchors right now. It has the forklift pocket, yeah, for the transportations. All right, so let me go back to the, yeah. So we were looking at this table. As you can see, that's all the different functionality we have. So in general tab, we can have like, we set the date and time, change the passwords. You can put a phone number for service, and smart charge settings. Smart charge settings is to, let's say you want to have limitations, if you want to control the power. So let's say you bought a 240 kilowatt, but you can make it 180, 150, like any power you want. You can limit the power. So that is in under the general tab. And in the network settings, it's like the server settings. And if you want to, let's say you replaced the display, and then we need to do a calibration, and you can calibrate the screen from the general tab. And in the charging tab, we can define the types of charging connector. Let's say if it's a dual CCS2, then it is actually already factory settings. But in future, if you decided to change from CCS2 to CCS1, then you change the cable, and also you have to define the protocol for that individual cable. I mean the individual gun, and then you have to make the settings under the charging tab. And also, like if you want to put limitations, let's say you have 300 ampere 2 cables, and one of them you want to make it 150, then you go to the charging, and under the smart charging you can limit the current the cable gets. Yeah. So this is the only settings you need to do when you get the charger, is go to the back office, then background, then you put your OCPP address and the charger ID. That's it. Very easy. Like it takes like 10 to 30 seconds to put it, and then restart the charger and it is online. And if you want to change some permission settings of the charger, then you can do it in the verification. Verification has this charging permission settings over here. Then for the alarm, yeah, some alarm settings, the records, you can always see the charging records and the alarm records. And also you can export them. You can export in USB, or you can export from our RMS, our cloud system. Yeah. System status, you can check the input output voltage and get all the information about the power module, the temperature of power modules, the voltage and current of power modules, and how many power modules are working. You get all the information under the system tab. And for the USB guide, you just get all the informations for, like upgrading the firmware. You can upgrade the firmware from OCPP also from our cloud system, so it is not necessary. But if you decided to do it locally, yeah, you just get a USB drive, put the firmware, and then upload it, and then you just update the firmware of the charger. And also you can download the as I told you, the records of the charging records and the alarm records. So you go to the USB guide and you download them. You can even download in Excel format or PDF format as you wish. Yeah. And about, it's like very simple, like the device information. You get the device model and the software versions in the about tab. So not too many things going on. Just put it very simple compared to our older generation EV charger. Okay, so I got a request that I talk little bit about our cloud system. I think the last webinar also, maybe some of our clients missed this. Just want to take this advantage and just talk a little bit about our cloud system. So we have a remote management system, which is SCU cloud system. And this is basically a maintenance platform, and it is still like, I wouldn't say it's 100% perfect. We are still like optimizing the platform, but you can already use it. So you can do a lot of remote maintenance. Like if something is wrong in the in the EV charger, you can get all the alarms and you can monitor them remotely. And you can upload the firmwares right now. And another good function we have made, you can always roll back to the older firmware. So this platform, it saves all the firmware we give to you, and then if you upgrade to a new firmware and you think it is buggy, you want to roll back, so you have the older versions as well, so you can always roll back to the older versions. You can like monitor them 24/7, and you have the help documentation, all the like different files we send to you. Let's say how to replace the gun, how to replace the display, how to clean the air filter. We provide a lot of documentations, so it will be stored under your account, so you don't have to download them. You can always go log into your account and you can see all the files we provided to you. Yeah, very handy. Yeah, some locations and user management. I'm just going back, just checking if I have any questions right now. Just a moment. When can we have an account to RMS? How to set up? Okay, yeah, I am showing you how to set up the RMS very soon. Is this platform common login to the BAS system? If I got you right, that means this system is basically has the EV charger and BAS. So if you are buying the EV charger, you will use the EV charger tab, but the same platform. And if you are buying the battery energy storage system, you will use the same platform, but it will be like BAS. So we don't have different platform for different products. It's one platform for both the products. Yeah. I can see there are two SIM card places. Is one for backend operator, other for the connecting to RMS. Okay. Answer to your questions. Yes, our router, it has two SIM cards, and if you wish, we can separate them together because why we decided to have dual SIM card, because we see some of our projects that the operators, they have their own SIM card and you are not allowed to use other SIM card, and they don't allow to, they have some limitations for the megabytes. So if we want to use the RMS, it will transmit a lot of data. So in that case, we came up with this dual SIM card router. You can add another SIM card and use that for the RMS, but um, one SIM card is also enough. It will both be online in using one SIM card in OCPP and RMS, one SIM card, or we can isolate them, one card for OCPP, one card for RMS. It's up to you, but the charger is able to do both way. Yeah, in both way. Yeah. So if you are planning to use a separate SIM card for RMS, let us know, because we need to do some settings on the router, but we have some documentation about it. You can do it by yourself. It's very simple. It's just we have to define some settings in the router. That's it. Yeah. Okay. How to set up the RMS? I'm just going back to the presentation. Just a moment. Yeah. All right. So before I go back to the setting up the RMS, I think this also answers your question. So look at this diagram here. This is the cloud system. When you log into the cloud system, you will see all the chargers status. So we have like different status, right? We have available, we have preparing, charging, finishing, offline, faulty, unavailable. So when you log into your account, this is the dashboard. You will see different status of the chargers. And when you click them, let's say this is now I have like 177 offline chargers, then yeah, this is scary, right? Yeah, this is just a picture. So when you click on that charger, when you click on the status, you will see all the chargers which has the same status, and then you can see what's the reason why it's offline. Yeah. All right. So this picture here. So when we have only one single SIM card router. So this is the router, and it has two WebSockets. So one WebSocket through the OCPP going to CSMS, and another WebSocket going to our RMS using the RMS protocol. So the charger is capable to use one SIM card and to be online in both systems. When we have like dual SIM card router, then we have two different WebSockets. Yeah, that's more easy. But it needs a little bit settings, because the default settings, it was like that, like using one SIM card to be online in both system. Yeah. So when we have dual SIM card for two different system, then we need to isolate them. Yeah, that's it. Just a simple settings, takes 1 minute. Yeah. All right. So let's look at how we set up the RMS, right? Yeah, it's very easy. We have to do two different settings, one on the charger itself, another one the RMS. Okay, so we open an account for you, right? And we just go to the charger first and find the back office. When we go to the back office, then we have two different tabs, one for the host, one for the diagnosis. Yeah. The host is for the OCPP, and the diagnostic is for the cloud system, SCU cloud system. So we have to click on the remote operation tab here. You will see a lot of different tabs, but it doesn't do anything. Don't worry. We just put them for the future development. Yeah. But right now, all this function, they do nothing. Yeah. So we click on the remote operation. Then this is a fixed address, as you see in a lot of OCPP platform. So this is the fixed web address. Then you just have to define the charger serial number. Now, how you get the serial number? You can define by yourself. You can just put any text as you want, or you can just follow our device ID. You will see the device ID in About tab, right? And just put the same number, like the serial number over here. But be careful that we can put any text, we can define any serial number, but it should match with the next step. Okay, so don't worry. You can always define by yourself, and we just make sure that when we register the charger into the RMS cloud system, we like follow the same serial number. If the serial number matches in both the charger and the web system, it will be connected. Then after you set up the address over here, then you need to restart the charger. Yeah, I mean, you just keep on going to the back, and it will ask you if you want to restart the system. Yeah, please restart the system. So that's very simple step on the charger. Now let's look at the web portal, like how we connect into the web portal. So we will give you an account, register an account for you, and then this username and password, then you log into it, and then you will see this tab, right? And just to hit up the RMS, this is the address. So it's pretty simple, like just one IP address. Yeah. And then use your username and password. Then yeah, you will see your homepage. Then you click on the left tab over here. Then you will see this page. Go to the charging management. Then you will see this page, and just click on the add button, right? And after the add button, it will ask you some informations: the charger number, model, maximum power, gun quantity, location, owner, yeah, etc. So just go to the here. Remember I told you about this charger serial number, right? So it has to be the same when you put it in the charger number. If it doesn't match, it will be not connected. So very careful about here. This is very important. So I also put this reminder over here. So let's say if you have defined in the charger that's ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then it should be same as here, ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So it's pretty simple. You cannot go wrong with these settings. Yeah. That's it. And you just click on the submit. Boom. Yeah. So you will see the charger online. Yeah. So that is just give 1 minute a time. Let it synchronize. Then you will see the charger online into your backend system. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's just got very bad cold, and I sound very creepy like a zombie. Yeah. All right. Another information I wanted to give. I don't know if you can see my screen. I don't know if I've okay. It's stopped the screen. Sorry for that. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're almost finished. Don't worry. This is the structure. I wanted to give you some information about that. So when we open the account for you, that is admin, right? And an admin can create managers, and every manager can create engineers. And every engineer can create some third-party engineers. So this is the structure. It's like a CRM system. Admin can do everything, and admin decides what the manager can access about the charger. You can limit them if they can only see, or if they can control, or if they can upgrade the farmer, etc., etc. And manager also can define what the engineer can access on the charger. And engineers, let's say you want to hire some third-party engineers who is not working for your company, so you just hire them for a day. So you can just create a temporary account, and you, let's say you hired them just to change the display. Okay, so you can just open a temporary account and give him access to the help manual. That's it. He cannot see a lot of different informations about the charger. Yeah, and after he replaced the screen, that's it, and the account is gone. So this is the complete user management structure of the RMS system. All right. So just look into the questions. I can, okay, no additional questions right now. So yeah, so today we have checked about the, just let me just go through the slides. I think, yeah, some of you missed. So today we discussed about the configurations of the EVMS Pro, and we have seen the different components of the EV chargers, and then we have seen the cable specifications and cable installation area to make the platform correct. And we have checked the how we will install the cables, like the three-phase cables here, ground here, neutral connections over here. Then we have discussed about the different diameters, the safety distance between the multiple EV chargers is 1.5 meter, and we have discussed about the doors, two different doors, how much angle it opens, so we know that how much space we should have, and the safety distance if you are using, if you are planning to install the EV charger in the petrol stations. Then talked about the UI, the settings, and all the different functionality we have in the UI. Talked about the RMS. I think you have, when I started the RMS, most of the people already joined. Yeah, so I'm not repeating that. All right, so that was all for today.